So here we are in Memsource, and I'm going to be talking to you about dealing with, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint in Memsource. But the fact is, I don't really know anything about that. So what do we do when we don't know anything? Go to YouTube, and let's see on YouTube if there is how to import MS files into Memsource. Might be a helpful video. And oh, there you go. That one looks pretty decent. Let's try that.
Can you help me with something? Sure, dude. What seems to be the problem? Yeah, I tried to import this PDF straight into Memsource, but I couldn't. Wait. Let me stop you there. You tried to import a PDF? Yeah. Straight into Memsource? Yeah. What's up guys, and welcome to another Cat Tools video. In today's video we're going to be talking about how to deal with Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel files in Memsource. But before we get into that, I just want to thank you all for the amazing support we had on yesterday's video about file naming conventions. We had over 16 million views, which is absolutely mind-boggling. So let's see if we can get today's video to 1 billion views. Remember, if you like what you see here, hit that like button and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. First, we're going to be talking about how to deal with Word files in Memsource. Let's jump onto the computer. Okay, so we're on the computer now, and we're going to look at how to deal with Word documents in Memsource. Generally, Word documents are the easiest types of files to deal with, but they can also be the most important, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment or two. But for now, for demonstration purposes, I've just come up with a simple Word document. Here you are. It's got a bit of formatting, not much. No need to pay attention to what it says, of course. A bit of bold, and at the bottom you'll see there's a hyperlink, and that will, change how we deal with it. So in our project, we're going to click New Job, and we're going to import the file. Yippee! A little scroll down, and you'll see here is File Import Settings. Now, File Import Settings, we want to click MS Word, and as you'll remember, we had a hyperlink in the source text, so we want to click Import Hyperlink Target. Okay, now you want to, change these things, customize it as you want, effectively, depending on whatever your document is. For us, we're going to just stick with that, minimize, and then create it. Okay, so it's done. Let's go and have a look in the translation bit. What is that called? I don't know. I just call it the translation bit. Okay, so here we are. All we have to do is translate it. I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, so I've just translated it. As I said, it's no need to worry about what it actually says, it's just for demonstration, but you'll see that at the bottom is the hyperlink. Now what we've had to do is copy and paste the hyperlink across, and then it will appear in the target text. So all we have to do now to finish it up, go up to Document and Complete Job. Complete. Yay! Close the page. It should save what we've done. Let's just refresh this, and now we click that little tick box next to the document and click Download, Download Completed File. And there it is. Let's see what it looks like. There you are. And we've got all the, same formatting. It's, Japanese to English, the fonts are a bit difficult, but yeah. And even our hyperlink. So for example, if we just, open the hyperlink, it should take it somewhere. Ah. Okay, yes, good. Word is done. Now, I said it was one of the most important file types to use, and that's because you'll generally maybe not receive a Word file in professional translation. It does happen, absolutely, but lots of clients like to send PDFs, for example, and PDFs are very difficult to deal with. So what you want to do is convert that PDF into a Word document and then work with the Word document, just as we've done in Memsource. PDFs, in fact, I'm going to show you, let me just show you a bit the issues with PDFs, because while it may seem simple, it falls apart in Memsource and most cat tools. But before we do that, let's have a break and a message from our sponsor.
Are you a freelance translator? Stuck in front of your digital typewriter all day in the most uncomfortable position? Well, you need fresh air. Fresh air is made from all natural materials, including oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon monoxide. There's so much to see when you take fresh air, including canals, cars, litter, and whatever this is. So take a break from those lockdown blues and get a bit of fresh air. Fresh Air, coming June 21st, 2021.
So now I'm going to show you quickly why you don't want to import a PDF into Memsource and why it's always better to convert it into Word and then, put it into Memsource. So we're in our project now. Let's create a new job. Click New, and I'm going to import a PDF. Choose Files. Here's a PDF, just a random PDF. Okay? And what we do is we scroll down all the way. There's a PDF option here. Default and trans PDF. I don't think they make much of a difference, so I'm just going to leave it at default. Scroll back up and create it. Right, now what will happen is there might be a warning telling us that PDFs are a no-go effectively. It's taking ages though.
2 hours later.
Why is it taking ages?
3 weeks later. 1 eternity later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, so it's done now, but we've got this little warning sign coming up saying this is a PDF file, translating PDFs is not recommended. Even Memsource is on my side with this one. Okay, so let's just click on it though to see what's happened. Oh no, we have to click here, sorry. Oops. Loading job, and as you can see, hell has erupted in Memsource. I mean, these are simple words. Fair trade, international has become 15 separate segments, and it's like that all the way through. There's just loads of blank segments here. In short, you don't want to import PDFs. That's why you convert to Word and do it simply with a Word document. Okay, now we're going to look at Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint now. Memsource is pretty good with PowerPoint. They're complicated, but Memsource makes it simple. So once again, I've come up with a basic, PowerPoint thing. So just this one's about Chinese food. It's got, I put a blue text box here, bold formatting for the text, bold formatting, pictures, and then you'll see at the bottom there's also some notes for each slide, all of which we want translated. So let's get going. New job, just as we did with the Word file. Import that PowerPoint, and once again, file import settings, and that's what you want to import. Other text, it will bring up lots of coding stuff that is not particularly important. So just import those first three, then it'll be safe. Create. And hopefully...
2 hours.
No. There we go, it's done. Right, let's go in to the translation bit. And here are all the words. There's a little bit of coding stuff, which I imagine is from the master slide. Sometimes you need that, sometimes you don't. I like to keep it in for safety's sake. But you don't need to translate anything you don't want to translate effectively. So all we need to do is translate the words on the slides and in the notes. So I'll just get to that, and then I'll see you in a second.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Okay, so I've translated it, and as you can see, fairly simple. Once again, if you scroll down though, you'll notice the notes are not sort of with each slide. And Memsource imports it in a different way, effectively. But that's okay. You just scroll down and you work through the notes as you want. You don't need to translate any of these wonderful things. Just leave them blank and the target text will be fine. So let's, as we did before, go to document and we're going to complete that job. Completed. Right, let's leave. And now I'm going to refresh the page. Always refresh the page so you know it's the thing you just sort of translated. Tick that. it's the same process effectively as document completed file. Download that, and hopefully, and there we are. Well, I don't know why it's gone small, but anyway, as you can see, worked perfectly. It's kept the blue box that we put in. It's kept the formatting. Fonts are a bit messy, but you know, Chinese to English. It's because of the Asian script. Once again, you can see here, kept the font, la-di-da-di-da. And once again, we've got the notes in there, and it's all fine, and it works perfectly well. Good. That was simple. Now we're going to talk about Excel though, which is quite a bit harder. Okay, now Excel files. These can be tricky, and we're going to deal with two types of Excel files, monolingual and bilingual. First, monolingual, which is a little simpler. So, as always, we're in our project. Let's create a new job. New, choose files, and monolingual Excel file. And if you scroll down, as always, import settings. Now there are two here. We just want MS Excel. And you've got lots of options here. Because it's a fairly simple Excel document, I should show you the original. So here's the original. Mainly just, you know, simple words. You've got colors, some borders though that we'll want to get out into the target text. So we have to choose import comments, import sheet names. We don't really need to do that. That's, you know, sheet 1, sheet 2 at the bottom. Comments, we'll keep that in. There are no comments, but as it were. Cell flow, that's if you want to import, you know, the columns together. So if we go back to the document, columns left to right, it's going to bring the whole blue column in and then the whole red column, etc. If you want it across like that, can you see that? Yeah, like that. They'd do it that way. Yes, importing selected columns. So say we want to import, we don't have to do it because we're going to, you know, have A, B, and C, but let's do it just for fun. You go A, B, C, just like that. This will be more important next time. Good. That's all you need. So now we're going to minimize as always and create it. Okay, and it's in. Let's click it and go into the translation bit. And oh, it's done in China. Very clever. So as you can see, it's brought everything in, but it hasn't brought the numbers in. And I don't know why, but it doesn't matter because we don't have to, you know, translate those. Let's just translate this and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, good. So we've translated it, and now I'll just show you. If we look at the preview bit, it's all worked out. The colors are still there, borders, even the numbers are still there, even though they, you know, don't appear in the translation bit as we're calling it. So yeah, it works. And now, as per normal procedure, go up to document and complete the job. Complete that job, magic, and then we leave. And as we'll just, for safety's sake, refresh the page, doesn't take long. Tick that box, download the completed file, and yippity-doo-dah. I've never said that before. There it is. Good success. Okay, good. Okie dokie, we've done monolingual Excel files. Now we've got to do bilingual Excel files, and this is where things get a little bit tricky, but stay with me and we'll be fine. So, let's just show you the bilingual Excel file I've come up with. Fairly simple, you know how they're structured. Source column is Spanish, A, source target column is B, that's for English. So, let us import this. So we go new job. Once again, it's largely the same, but this is where things get a bit different. So, bilingual Excel file, choose that file. Now, we're going to scroll down to file import settings, but we're going to keep scrolling past multilingual MS Excel because right at the bottom, you will find file type. Now, you're going to import that file as a multilingual MS Excel file. This is very important. If you don't do this, it's not going to work. So, then you scroll back up, multilingual MS Excel. I don't know why it can't cope without being told that, but what are you going to do? So, in this, you've got different options to what we just had in the monolingual Excel. So, we've got the source column and the target column for Spanish and English. We remember that was A and B. You got millions of other options, as you know, customize it as you want, as per normal. We're going to minimize it though and create that wonderful job. And you'll see very spookily here as it's uploading, it's got a little globe around it. Now that shows that it's a bilingual Excel file. So if it's not working, you know, how you want it to, just check that little icon here, just here, and see it's got that little globe behind the X. Okay, great. Now we're going to go into the magical translation bit, and we've got just only the Spanish in there. Now that's why we're going to translate into English, and as you can see, look, if you look at the preview pane below, it's going to change not the source column but the target column. That is fantastic. So I'm going to translate it and then we'll see how it comes out in the end. Just a second. Why did I wink? Okie dokie dokie, it's complete. And now, as I can show you here, that's all translated fully, and in the view pane, preview, what is it called? It's, you know, blah de blah de blah, it's worked perfectly. So, let us go to document and complete that job. And this is where we go back to, you know, the same system. So we can close that, and we're going to go there, refresh the page as always, and now we're going to tick the box, download the completed file, bilingual Excel file, and lo and behold, yes, it's done. So that's it. Now you too can deal with Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel files in Memsource. Remember that this is really helpful for most project types, regardless of the original file type. That's about it for today, but tomorrow on Capitals we're going to be talking about word count analysis files in MemoView. Otherwise, if you've got any other questions, remember to pop them in the comment section below. And remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.